Ironically, in the year of the departure from the EU, the British are doing worse economically than any other nation in Europe. In the second quarter, the decline is twice as strong as in Germany. The pride of the people in the nation is gone. The British have always had a special place in Europe. This now also applies in the pandemic, in a negative sense. No other country did as badly economically as the island nation in the already disastrous spring pandemic. In the months of April to June, the UK economy slumped by 20.4% compared to the previous quarter. That was the worst crash since British quarterly statistics began in 1955. Great Britain has even surpassed Spain, which so far held the negative record with a drop of 18.5%. In comparison, Germany got off lightly. The German economy shrank by 10.1% in this period, only about half as much. Italy's economy contracted by 12.4%, France's by 13.8%. The numbers are also a political issue. Ironically, in the year of separation from Europe, the British suffer a greater loss of prosperity than the continent. All Brexit supporters had promised some kind of economic liberation with growth gains. The pandemic, which hit Great Britain particularly hard in Europe, has made these promises ad absurdum. With a sharp slump in the second quarter, the proud growth statistics of the past 2 decades were also wiped out. The British had grown faster than the Eurozone since 1999 and had also attributed this to the fact that they had not joined the Euro. The economy is now only 15% above the level of the end of 1998. Germany is doing better with a growth of 17.4%. The economic crisis has thrown Great Britain back to 2003 levels. Downing Street tries to explain the poor performance compared to other economies with the different structure of the British economy. Chancellor of the Exchequer, Rishi Sunak, announced that social activities such as restaurants or pub visits or general private consumption accounted for a larger share of the added value. These areas have suffered particularly from the pandemic. As expected, private consumption and investment have plummeted, commented the economists at Morgan Stanley. The unprecedented decline in the second quarter was the result of the lockdown in April, in which around 11% of the overall economy was temporarily paralyzed. The reopening of shops and restaurants was also slow afterwards. The outlook for the full year is therefore not very positive. According to a forecast by the British Central Bank, gross domestic product will fall by 9.5% this year due to the pandemic, an economic downturn the likes of which the country has not experienced in around 100 years. While other European countries have already reached the pre-corona level in terms of activity indicators such as transport services, electricity consumption or credit card payment, the country is still lagging far behind. This becomes particularly clear when you look at everyday work. While in Berlin and Paris, according to a survey by the US investment bank Morgan Stanley, more than 70% of employees have already returned to their offices. This is only the case for around a third of employees in London. The otherwise vibrant London still seems frozen in shock. It is also devastating because London is the pacemaker of the British economy. A much larger part of the UK's GDP is generated in the capital. If it does not get back on its feet, the strong economic recovery will not work either. And then the island nation would once again have a special position in Europe, definitely not a good one. And a little side note, if you have the feeling that some of the recent videos are a bit similar, that is really on purpose because I want to give you different views from different German media so you will know that there is an overall view of German media towards this topic. And if you now want to know more about European politics from a German point of view, YouTube has chosen another of my videos right here for you on the end screen, right next to your chance to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Click and enjoy. Viel Spaß!